Hi guys, welcome to Knife Edge UK. We're doing a video today which couldn't be further away from the earlier videos that were on this channel. Really, today we're looking at a frankly ridiculous Hinderer XM-24, and this is the recent Sheepsfoot version running on the Triway. This is the latest generation of the XM-24, and it's got an original Hinderer tie scale on it as well, and this video was kind of inspired by Metal Complex talking about the fact that you don't see many videos showing XM-24s with full tie scales, particularly original Hinderer tie scales. So I thought I would get this absolutely absurd monster out. I can barely fit it in frame, look at that. I certainly can't really with my hand in there, and show it to you and talk very briefly about it. This isn't going to be a long video. This is a great but frankly absurd knife, but I really like it, so you know what I mean. So there we go, an XM-24. We'll put tell you what, let's not use the Battle Black one against a black background. Let's use a working finish one. This incidentally is the stonewash finish on the 24. There it is next to a 3.5 XM-18. And we will put it with a Jurassic. As you can see, it dwarfs both of them. On paper, they don't read like they're going to be, you know, quite such a massive difference, but when you actually have them in hand, it's very noticeable. And then we'll put it next to a large Sebenza 21 as well, and I think that'll probably do. Okay, so the XM-24, it's the big brother of the XM-18, and it's the biggest knife in the folder range of Hinderer right now. As it stands, I think I'm right in saying that. I don't think the full track is quite as large. This one with the full tie scale on it is nearly 9 ounces. This is an unmilled tie scale, and it is, I mean, it's 9 ounces. Like, it's ridiculous. This one, incidentally, I say, I need to stop saying incidentally in every video a million times. I'm going to come up with a different word. Okay, I'm going to say it again at some point in this video, aren't I? This is a Triway, as I say, so this can run on bearings, it can run on bronze, and it can run on Teflon. I never find they run terribly well on bronze for me personally. This one's running on Teflon, which is probably my favourite choice for a Hinderer, but since the changes have happened to the lock bar, so you have more lock bar tension in the most recent ones because of the insert, a lot of them don't run that well. This runs really, really well because it's got a huge blade. So on Teflon, this is really nice. It's lovely and smooth, and it fires really nicely. You know, you can fire it any which way, and it does work. This is the Sheepsfoot blade. I always found that because of this particularly big, look at this, look how much handle there is there. Isn't that absurd? Because of how big the choil is on an XM-24, I always found that the spear point blades and things looked a little strange to me. They, just from a visual point of view, it was never really quite my thing. This version, the moment I saw the Sheepsfoot blade with the 24 handle, I really liked it, and I thought that this was one of the more balanced versions of it. It also feels like a knife that with all that belly you could really use, and would also be quite good getting underneath things with that tip as well. So I think it's a very utility based blade. It's not thin behind the edge, but it's not stupid either. This one's been sharpened by me, so it's got a fancy looking mirror edge on it. It's very, very sharp on it, and it is surprisingly slicey considering what you're dealing with. But, you know, this is, you know, gigantic blade stock with huge scales. It's big. The stop pin is in a different position to the current XM-18s. This is more like the stop pin that you got on the Gen 3s and earlier, if I remember correctly, but it works perfectly well, and the knife fires with such a lovely kick. Unlike some of the recent, particularly the Bowies, the recent XMs, where the detent is such that they flip beautifully, but you don't have to put too much pressure on that hooky flip tab, so it doesn't really flip a tab, so it doesn't really hurt. This one will start to eat your finger. But it's great. I mean, obviously I'm not helping that by the fact that I've got Teflon in there, so you're having to give it a bit more, but it's fine. You know, I mean, you'd have to flip it a lot, and you know, who's holding a nearly 9 ounce Hinderer and flipping it for hours? If you are out there, props to you. But this one, I just wanted to put it in front of the camera because it is a full tie from the ranch, full tie XM-24 Sheepsfoot, and it's a cool knife, and it's ridiculous, and it's nearly 9 ounces, and it has no right to be in my collection because it's absurd, but I love it. Thanks, guys.